How do you do, G-Pop crew? It's your old buddy Putty here. I just already screwed up my intro.
It's your old nutty
But
buddy.
that's all, folks.
Yeah, I was having a new intro. So for those unaware,
He said it's your old nutty buddy.
yes,
You buddy.
I forgot these two have not heard my new intro. So for those unfamiliar, the channel name has changed. It used to be called Gamer Potheads. It is now called Putty. And of course, you can't start a stream with, welcome Gamer Potheads. It's now, how do you do, G-Pop crew? It's your nutty buddy Putty here. And I have JD and Campo here to do a special Halloween list of movies. It is that time of year now, guys. So first and foremost, welcome JD to my left here, which that's going to be probably different. We never know how it's going to be. JD, you want to go ahead and promote your social media there? As in, you want
Campo.reviews on Instagram.
There you go. Again, everything will be in the description below. And speaking of Campo.reviews, we have the Campo Crunch below us as well. Hello, how are you doing today, Mr. Tennessee? Is that the Titans? The Titans?
No, it's Toronto FC.
That's TFC.
Thank you guys. You can check me out at Johnny Donuts anywhere on the Google. 777.
The Googles, exactly. And
the Googles.
And by the way, you've already read the thing. You know what we're here for. We're here for the top 5 Stephen King movies. And that also means anything Stephen King. It doesn't have to be horror, even though we are talking about Halloween this month. I want to make sure to allow everything open. That means if he's a screenwriter, if he wrote the book, if he's a part of making the movie, then it is considered Stephen King and it is part of this. So with that being said, I guess we'll go clockwise. So Campo, how about we?
I read a book once.
Did you really? I did too. I read several.
I never seen a book in my life.
All right. We'll start with you, Mr. Campo reviews.
At some point, I just want to point out that your old pal Putty Man did say that it was a top 10 list. Putty's list is more like every single movie that exists list. But my number 5 is The Jogging Man.
Is that real? I've never even heard of that movie.
The Running Man.
Oh, okay.
Running Man.
Okay. Got me on that one.
Here's a hero, Sub-Zero, not just plain zero.
Classic.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay.
All right.
Your number 5?
My number 5 is Caps, and it's a tie between Carrie and It, the original 1990 miniseries.
Ooh, okay. Nice. Okay, then we'll get into my number 5. My number 5 is Creep Show. So I love it. Anyway.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. All right. Hi, Campo, your turn. Number 4.
My number 4 is I tried to think of a stupid name for it, but I couldn't. Stand By Me.
Okay, nice.
My number 4 is a classic, and it's The Shawshank Redemption.
There we go.
Every day digging a hole.
I was how we felt about that. Okay, my number 4 is the only really Cap, I guess, unless you count number 1. We'll get to that when we get to it. And that is actually the same one as you, Campo, and also with the Green Mile. That is Stand By Me and the Green Mile. Capped at number 4. So.
Wow, all right, really? My number 3 is a Caps. It's probably what Putty's number 1 is. But mine is specifically It Chapter 1. And the original It series, Caps. I would rather watch half of the movie and pretend the rest of it doesn't exist.
It exists. Yeah. My number 3 is Misery.
Nice.
Love's Company.
Yeah, exactly. Three's Company. John Ritter.
Three's Company too.
Okay,
wait, come on, guys. Copyright. Come on.
I know, right? You do it too well. All right,
I kind of changed it a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
All right,
Don't nuts.
My number 3 is Pet Cemetery. Is it?
I think it's.
Oh, is it me? Oh,
yeah.
Sorry. This is like the third time someone did this today. My number 2 is The Shawshank Redemption. Now it's a thumbs up.
My number 2 is Stand By Me.
Okay. My number 2 is The Shining.
Now, my number 1 is obviously The Shining. Obviously.
My number 1 is the only movie that ever made me cry, and that's The Green Mile.
Nice. Well, my number one, I hate that you were right, Campo, and it is the 2017, not Chapter 2, but Chapter 1, and the 1991. It capped.
I knew right when you said my number one is capped, I was like, I know what it is.
And I got not Chapter 2, though. I have to agree. Chapter 2 could just go... Except for one scene,
as far as I'm concerned, Chapter 2 doesn't exist.
Well, okay, let's just get this out of the way.
So let's, if you want to recap, we'll recap and then we'll start going.
Okay, then I'm going to talk crap. Okay, so I got The Running Man at number 5, Stand By Me at 4, It Chapter 1 and the original miniseries at 3, Shawshank Redemption 2, The Shining at 1.
My number five was capped between Carrie and It, the original miniseries. My number 4 was Shawshank. My number 3 was Misery. My number 2 was Stand By Me, and my number 1 was The Green Mile.
Okay, and then my number 5 is Creepshow. Number 4 is The Green Mile, capped with Stand By Me. Number 3, Pet Sematary. Number 2, The Shining, and number 1, It, both the original and Chapter 1, not Chapter 2. If you came for the list, just like Camp always says, that's the list. We're going to go into a bunch of other honorable mention ones and through our list, but if you're here for the list, that's it. Campo, take it away.
That's the list. Okay, so I mean, it not only is it the worst part of the new movie, it's the worst part of the miniseries. But Tim Curry's in the whole miniseries, so I gotta leave it.
That alone is worth the price of admission.
Is the adult part is so terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The guy that plays Pennywise, I like him. And there's a scene like underneath the bench, underneath the field benches. That was great. There's scenes where you just had Pennywise with a kid. That's amazing.
Skarsgård, is that Bill Skarsgård?
Yeah. He did an amazing job.
It's not that he didn't do a good job. It's that Tim Curry is so good. I can live with how bad the adult parts are. Well, John Ritter's pretty good too.
Yes,
but
and Harry Anderson.
Everything about Chapter 2 is so bad that he can't make up for it, and it's also absolutely not scary. The only scene that I found remotely like frightening was with the old lady in the room.
Yes,
which actually was
only because she's naked. That's completely scary.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I mean that's the reason why I agree with you when you were saying that. I'm glad they didn't say Chapter 2 because I literally just put 2017. I didn't.
We went to watch it. And I vividly remember because it wasn't that long ago. And me and 2 of my buddies, and we were so excited to watch it. We ordered so much food in the theater. We got beers and we were ready to go. I was like, oh yeah, it immediately is bad. Like it's from right at the very start all the way through is just bad.
Is that it opens up on that bridge, right? Or something like that?
Yeah, immediately
the fun fair, or whatever.
Homophobic and racist for no reason except to be homophobic and racist. There's no reason for that scene to exist.
But I mean, it's in the book. But you know the times we live in now. You really want to put that in your movie?
And the thing is, though, that scene doesn't.
Part in the book?
But it's not the same. But it's like
it's not as prominent.
This is the thing. It's such an unnecessary moment in the narrative that it doesn't make sense why you even put it in the movie.
Well, it's just like the table scene. What the hell's with that table scene when they all
that whole sequence is just to pan down and show you that Pennywise is in the water or whatever.
Yeah,
you could have just started the movie like that. Okay, look, I'm not gonna. We're gonna stay on this because I just have nothing better to do with my life. But I wouldn't go out of my way to be like, oh, It Chapter 2 is like a 1 out of 10. It still has its merits enough that I would say it's like closer to a 6 probably. But it's such in comparison to the first one, it's so absolutely disappointing.
It's a big drop off. Yeah, I agree with that.
The cast, you brought in that cast, and it's that bad. Are you kidding me?
You had McAvoy, you have Bill Hader,
you have Jessica Chastain, and like it's so crazy cast. That you did.
And was it the Old Spice guy?
The Old Spice guy was there. Terry Crews.
The other old I know. Terry Crews. He's just throwing there, flexing his pecs.
I want Terry Crews.
I would have rather watched that.
Terry Crews as Pennywise. But the first one was the first one had Stranger Things elements. The first one had Goonies elements. The first one had Monster Squad elements. And then it also had a nice fear factor going for it. So
it was also a nice callback to the original miniseries too, the way it told the story.
And I mean, the Tim Curry, if you've never seen the miniseries, I mean, by modern standards, if you're under the age of 30, I'm sure you're not going to like it.
Nope.
But Tim Curry is so absolutely like mind blowing as Pennywise. Like he did that with no CG. Like that's just him being Tim Curry.
Yep.
Here's the thing.
Almost as creepy as him in Legend.
Well, I think what's going to happen, and here's the thing: I like Bill Skarsgård's version of Pennywise. I don't want people to think that when we talk about Tim Curry, that we're talking about. But you have to understand, we grew up with Tim Curry as Pennywise. No one else can beat it. And so this is the way I reference it. I always look at Tim Curry as Jack Nicholson, the Joker, to when Heath Ledger took over the Joker role. I feel like Bill Skarsgård did a great job, but it wasn't his fault that the rest of the movie didn't as good. And at least we could say when it comes to the Batman movies or the Dark Knight that it was a decent movie compared to Heath Ledger's role. I don't blame Skarsgård for this movie. You know what I mean?
I don't think Skarsgård is bad.
No. He did a good job. He did do a good job.
Very good, and he's
the source
part of both movies.
I think the source material for Chapter 2 is not the greatest. It's not the movie itself. It's like Campbell was saying. It's the source material. Yeah.
When you've seen that it didn't work in the book and it didn't work in the first series, and then you did it again, they should have found a way to not do those same things and change.
Right,
it.
But then again, the purists. But then again, the purists would say, well, why'd you change it from the book?
But this is the thing. Stephen King now has control on his own properties, just like Dr. Sleep and stuff. And
I didn't mind that one.
I know, but we'll get there. But he had his hands all over this. He's in the movie. So he made sure that it followed the book. So that's why it's more like that. Anyways, Pennywise, Bill Skarsgård is very good. He's not bad, but he also
you'll never get a Tim Curry sexy cosplay Pennywise.
He has the aids of the big budget. He has the aids of the CG helping him become creatures. Like Tim Curry had to do that just by making his Tim Curry voice. And to me, it's different. Both of those Jokers are good.
Yeah, but that's what I'm going to say there. Again, we use the special effects, but if you actually look, I saw him actually do, I think it was an interview with Conan O'Brien, and he did the whole eye thing and the mouth thing he does.
Yeah, but Tim Curry does the smile too.
Well, no, I'm not downplaying Tim Curry. I just don't want people to say, "Hey."
I know you keep saying these things like you're trying you're trying to protect yourself in case someone comes at you.
Yeah. Well, no.
Tim Curry is better than Skarsgård. Skarsgård still gives an absolutely amazing performance. He's the best part of the movie, but he has so much other things going for his own benefit in those terms, where the other movie is like
he had a budget.
It's only Tim Curry. Like
I get it.
It's just him.
I just want
him in a costume of white paint. White face paint.
I just want to make sure that people that are watching have only seen that and when they go back and watch the Curry version, they're not going to sympathize with us. So I'm trying to kind of sympathize with them and understand that, hey, I understand when you take the special effects, Skarsgård was still good at what he did. But again, for me, it will never take what Curry took away from it. But again, if I was at a age I saw Skarsgård now, I can understand why I might protect him.
Hey, Georgie.
You know what I mean? And that's the reason why I say it. But that's what I'm saying. Prime example, JD just did the voice. That was the voice of Tim Curry's version. And it was just so good for its time. Like, hey,
you want a balloon?
Yeah, exactly. It was so good. But at the same time, we're also talking about, and if you don't know who Tim Curry is, you need to get all rock.
It's funny because you're saying it like as if people didn't know how to make voices back then. You're like, that was good for the time, the voice.
Well,
like,
but
anyways, I don't like Skarsgård's voice. I think that's the biggest downfall of the character.
Really?
But
you're right. You know what? I kind of agree now that I think about it too. Skarsgård's voice was a little.
It's really weird. It's not scary.
It adds that high pitch to it. Where it's like Tim Curry's was like that low grovelly
Tim Curry
voice.
Looks like a clown at a fair. And then talks like he's going to murder your family.
Just look at him in Home Alone too.
He talks like a gangster from New York.
I know, but that's the reason why then Tim Curry scared me. Here's the thing. A lot of people don't know this, and I'm giving away one of my fears. I actually have a fear of clowns. I don't mind scary clowns, but regular clowns I hate. I actually had a situation where someone was trying to put a clown in front of me, and I almost wanted to hit the clown. She had to pull me away from him. Like I wanted to attack him. The reason is because when I first saw that movie, I saw it while I was a big fan of the Bozo Show in Chicago, went and saw the Bozo Show live. So when you hear characters like the Bozo Show, and then hear the high-pitched, I'm a Bozo, and then all of a sudden you see that version, it did scare me because he looked like a clown.
But I think that was the whole point of making him look specifically like that, was to play on kids' love of clowns at that era. Clowns were very popular at that time.
But you also have to understand, and I realize this now, and that's why I love the new It Chapter 2, is because kids are desensitized now. They've seen so many horror stuff that even when I look back at it, I'm like, now it doesn't scare me as much. The reason I like Skarsgård's versions as well, and I give it as not as much props, but still say I don't, that like the whole high pitch thing, is that voice actually reminds me of when I watched the Bozo show, and hearing that voice now, it's like, oh God, that's creepy. So it actually, it's kind of like seeing the whole baby syndrome when you see a creepy baby, or like what's on my honorable mentions, Children of the Corn. When you see innocence in something scary, both of these people did it in their own way, that they used innocence to be scary. You know what I mean? His look was scarier than, I would say, than the old version in the 90s, but the voice was much scarier in the old version than the one now.
I would disagree that point too. I would think that Tim, like when he's just a regular clown and he has those sharp teeth.
Well, yeah, at that point, but when
that's much scarier, though. Yeah, I think.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. When you take away the sharp teeth, he looks like a regular clown. You know what I mean? Skarsgård's version, there's just something off about the makeup.
Skarsgård looks like an alien because he is an alien, and like, let's just be real here. Full spoilers.
Well, it's but that's the thing.
Pennywise is an alien.
Yeah, he is.
And it's the way that he looks. This is the last thing I'm saying, and then I don't care about it anymore. Tim Curry's version is a play on clowns, because clowns are really popular at that time. You can look it up. That's what it's about.
But that's the thing. He's unassuming. He's unassuming. You wouldn't think he's...
You would walk up to him if you saw him in the street, where Skarsgård's clown is like, if you saw him, I would not go near that fucking clown.
You know what Skarsgård... Sorry. He looks like a cross between... He looks like a cross between Mr. Burns and Krusty.
Yeah, that's a good combo. See, I would not go near either of those guys.
But see, at the same time, when he's in the shadows, he's like, "Hey, Georgie." He's got the whole clown.
Hey, Georgie.
Yeah,
I'm not walking near anyone calling my name from the shadows. I don't know where you were raised, but to me, I was not allowed to go near cars.
Hey, Johnny, how you doing?
but yeah, anyway, I agree. I'm not trying to say, but I just want to make sure both get their praises, and they do. Anyway, so I got a lot of honorable mentions. I'll go through them, but do you want to go ahead and pick up some, John?
All of them. I want to mention one. I have a rather obscure one that I enjoyed a lot, was Dreamcatcher.
Ooh, I actually didn't put them out in mentions, but that's
Dreamcatcher that's the Morgan Freeman one, right?
Yep. No, wait.
Is it? Yeah. No, that's the one. Thomas Jane, Jason Lee.
Morgan Freeman's in it, I swear.
Yeah. Yes, he is in it. That's right.
That's a really super weird movie, but I agree with you. That's a good one.
Isn't that the one with the strange animal with the antlers kind of thing? Like,
it's like some kind of like alien.
Yeah.
Thing. So I have one. I want to bring it up because I want to segue from my own video. 1408, and I would let Johnny Donuts actually has a 1408 story for you.
Yes, I do. Went to New York once, and they wanted to give me room 1408, and I told them, hell no. I took another room. I forced them to give me another room.
Do you remember what room you got?
Yes, I got room 1517 or something like that.
They gave him the room right above it.
Basically.
Yeah. But yeah.
Above, literally, it was above and across the hall.
That's a pretty scary movie. I will actually...
It's a movie that does not get enough love.
It's only based on a short story.
Yeah. And see, I'm a little bit demented, JD. I'm gonna be honest with you. If someone gave that to me, I'd be like, okay, you know what? Fuck it, I'm taking this. But I record every single fucking thing I do. But then I'm like, wait, he kind of did the same thing too, so it's kind of fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it would add to an element of fear. But
Putty, I'm scared of clowns. Also, Putty, I'll sit in this haunted room all night.
I do everything else. I told you, it's the only. And again, the whole fear of clowns thing is because it scares me that something that's supposed to be. Again, it's better now, but back then. It's one of those things that if it's a scary clown that has like ICP scary or even scarier than that.
ICP, that's a weird reference.
I always
Juggalo Championship Wrestling.
Well, okay, like ICP or like, for example, like a Killer Clowns from Outer Space. They have that really, really far-fetched scariness to them.
You know what?
When it comes to regular
Skarsgård kind of looks like one of those clowns.
He does.
Yeah.
So take the clowns from Killer Clowns, mix them with Mr. Burns and Krusty, and there you have Skarsgård.
All right, continue your story, Putty.
But the thing is I always have this fear, especially, and it's that caused this, that whenever I see a normal clown, I get like I get like chills. And it's like it's either fight or flight, and I'm like, you know what? I know you're not a Martian, but just because I think you are, I want to knock you out and run. So it's because there's just too much innocence behind it to like I feel like you're gonna do something maniacal because of Pennywise. You know what I mean? And
it's such an irrational fear.
I know, it's so weird about me, and it's one of those things like I'm mad that I'm kind of told you guys because I know once I visit you guys, someone's gonna fuck with me on this. 100%.
I mean, I would much rather that you were scared of balloons.
But I would say this though: if you're wearing,
and I would fill your room full of balloons.
But I'll tell you this: like, for example, if you dressed up as a clown right now but kept your facial hair, it wouldn't scare me. It's literally got to be the whole regular clown situation. It cannot be the scary version with blood. It's got to be the regular one to scare me. I don't know what it is. Like
so a sexy clown. Pennywise Skarsgård, you won't know if I dress up as a
Jessica Negri as a clown. Are you scared?
Okay, no, it's got to be a male.
No, you're scared of clowns. You said it's conventional. She looks.
It's male. It's male.
Actually, you're scared of men.
I'm scared of regular clowns like Bozo. Okay,
I'm scared of life.
Whatever. Okay, they're just creepy. All right, whatever. Anyway, I put
you open this can.
I know.
All right, give us another one, Putty, because I know you got a giant list.
I do. I have Firestarter with
Firestarter. That's a good one.
Yeah, I love that one.
Is that one being I think that's being remade, isn't it?
I believe it is being remade.
And I think Drew Barrymore is actually coming back to replay her role or to.
I think she plays the mother.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
That's actually a movie that got to me when I was a kid. I remember that.
That's a great movie, though.
Yeah. Okay, Christine.
Okay, that was my second one. Literally, right.
That's definitely a weird one.
That's a super weird one that completely is like about car fetishism.
Unless you want
it's basically like an early thing before they had those shows where it shows guys making out with their cars.
Exactly. Well, I mean,
My Strange Addiction.
Yeah, My Strange Addiction.
I mean, if we're really going to go down that road, we could talk about the Green Goblin truck. It's another Stephen King movie.
That movie sucks so bad. Is that Maximum Overdrive?
Yeah,
is that what it is?
Maximum Overdrive.
King movie.
Oh my gosh! Why does it have a Green Goblin truck?
I actually looked this up. I think what it was that was actually a real truck that existed. That was not even a Marvel promotion. Just somebody decided to put the Green Goblin on their truck because they thought it looked cool. And someone in the movie business, in Maximum Overdrive, was like, "That looks good. Let's put it in a movie." So it had nothing to do with the book. It literally just someone saw it and said that would be a great truck to put in the movie since we're gonna have like trucks.
It kind of makes it less scary.
I agree, but I mean, again, at the time when I first saw it, I was like, "That looks familiar," and it actually took me a couple years later on down the road to be like, "Oh wait, that's Green Goblin from Spider-Man."
So JD, you got any there? Because I know Buddy's got 40.
I got. I guess would Lawnmower Man be considered?
Oh, that's a terrible movie.
Yes, that's why I wanted to put it on my list.
Oh my god! If anyone has not seen Lawnmower Man, do yourself a favor and watch it. It's Ready Player One before Ready Player One, and it's horrible.
Yeah. Essentially, I just had to mention it because it's just such a bad movie.
All right, now that you mentioned, I had one bad one I had to put on there, and I'm just going to start bringing this out now, though. Okay, think of werewolves but cats, and then it's not even the creepy part of this movie.
It's such a bad movie,
and the creepy part is that the mother and son have a relationship together. I'm talking about Sleepwalkers.
Sleepwalkers is so bad. Oh my god! But Sleepwalkers is bad to the point where I wouldn't recommend watching it. It's like just so bad.
But
at least Lawnmower Man, you can have a good chuckle with it.
Well, you put that out there. I was like, I had to put Sleepwalkers. Now I will say, there's another one that the movie was bad, but I ended up reading the book, and it was a graphic novel of the book, and that was Silver Bullet. I don't know if you guys...
I just recently bought it because a bunch of people kept telling me to watch it, and I was like, I've never even heard of this movie.
Well, the thing is, the book is not called that. The book is called Cycle of the Werewolf. And honestly, I actually read the book with my aunt first because I read Stephen King books back in the day when, they were huge. And then
they literally are like 2,000 pages.
Yeah, exactly. And Cycle of the Werewolf was the only one that literally had pictures of actual what was going on in the book. And then I saw the movie, and it didn't even appeal to me because of it. But I just wanted to mention, if you're going to watch Silver Bullet, you need to read the book more, honestly. So there we go. I just want to promote Cycle of the Werewolf because it's a great book. And then
yes, it is. Very much so. Yeah. So is The Talisman.
Dark Tower sucks.
Yes, it does.
Now,
I didn't like that.
I like the books, but
the book is good.
Yeah. I haven't seen the movie.
But it's a series of books, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yep. There's Gunslinger. I can't think of the rest. The Gunslinger was the first one, the first book, and that's what I remember right now. But
yeah.
All right. What did you guys think of Thinner?
I was just about to mention that next. It's another terrible movie. I curse you.
I actually liked Thinner because it was at one point I'm like,
it's not the worst.
I'm like,
No.
maybe I could get skinny with this lady. And I was like, never mind. That's way too
Gerald's Game is good. Have you seen Gerald's Game? It's pretty recent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, keep naming them, Putty.
The Stand.
Stand.
Yeah. My set that I bought. Okay, so I'll just say it because I'm going to keep talking about it. It came with Pet Sematary, the new one, and the original. It came with The Stand, Silver Bullet, and another movie that I can't think of off the top of my head.
Cujo?
No.
Salem's Lot?
No.
Children
Dead Zone. Dead Zone.
Dead
That's
Zone.
a good movie. That's a good movie.
Yes. Langoliers?
There you go.
Bro,
Yes.
I'm literally just Googling right now because I'm trying to remember the movie with the stupid floating things that I watched.
The floating things with the teeth. The Langoliers.
That is the worst movie Stephen King made.
But the book is so good. Like it's hard to translate what the Langoliers is.
I think that what that movie suffered from was bad CG.
Okay, the monsters are over here and the people are looking this way and they're like, oh my God, look at them. They're coming for us. And didn't it have like Bronson Pinchot in it?
Yes, Elkie. Bartakamus. Or Surge from
Yeah. Okay, also just I gotta get this one out there before Putty comes up with any more. Like do yourself a favor and watch the Shining miniseries that Stephen King decided he was going to make his own miniseries because he didn't like The Shining.
Oh, with the dude from Wings, right?
With Wings guy. Oh
yes.
My God. It's not even like bad, but it's just weird, bro. It's like
I don't think I've seen this.
It's so close to I've only read like 4 Stephen King books, but this one is like so close to the book.
Yeah.
But it also like doesn't work. Like you can tell why Kubrick took liberties with the other movie because it's just not translatable to the big screen.
Okay.
Dr. Sleep is a good one. I
like Dr. Sleep. Dr. Sleep was a good film.
You will like it, buddy. You will definitely like it.
Yeah. Go watch Dr. Sleep. What's her name? I forgot the actress, the main
Rebecca
actress.
Ferguson,
yes. She's
very good. There's like some really shocking scenes with the baseball team. Like there's stuff, buddy, like I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it's really good. And there's like the whole movie is based around a little girl and she is badass as hell.
Yeah. Like, and Ewan McGregor puts in a good performance.
Everyone is good.
Yeah.
I only have 2
And what's his name? That New Zealand actor too. He's in it too. He plays Ewan McGregor's friend at the halfway house there.
I'm trying to remember his name. I can't even picture who it is.
But he was in Fear the Walking Dead as well.
Okay, buddy, come on.
Yeah,
go
on,
buddy.
To
the 2, JD, do you have any more? Or are you done?
No, I think that's I mentioned Cujo, Creep Show 2.
Okay, yeah, I agree. The other 2 I would say is I got Secret Window and The Mist.
Secret Window falls into a category with Dreamcatchers for me, where it's a movie that a lot of people don't like, but when I actually watch it, it's surprisingly pretty good.
Yeah, like, it's watchable.
It's one of the greats, but it's like it's watchable. It has a lot of twisty turnies.
You could thank Johnny Depp for that. I feel like Johnny Depp is what really made that good movie good. You know what I mean? Like, the movie itself is good, but you know what I'm saying? Like his acting in it really.
Johnny Depp in that time, he did a lot of like strange movies. He when he did that. And From Hell, was it From
Hell and Sleepy Hollow were all like in a row.
Yeah. He was like at a dark point then.
And he did the musical, the horror musical. What was it? Sweeney Todd.
Yeah, and that's the problem. I feel like Secret Window kind of fell under the radar because of all those other movies. You know what I mean? So yeah. And then The Mist. Here's the thing: The Mist gets a lot of like slack.
Which The Mist? Isn't there 2?
Actually, I don't think so. I think they only made 1 Mist, didn't they?
I think it was a remake.
Are you thinking maybe The Fog? Are you thinking The Fog? Yeah.
No, but I know there's a remake of The Fog, but I thought The Mist had 2. Okay.
No, The Mist was the one that had the guy from the Punisher movie. What's his name?
Yeah, Thomas Jane.
Yeah, Thomas Jane. And the thing is I was excited.
It's a messed up ending, that one there.
Yeah, I agree. And see, the thing is I feel like this movie could have opened up a lot more. And and that like they could have opened up a lot more to the whole like dimensional thing that did. Spoiler alert. And that's the thing that I feel like needs to happen. Like we need to open up dimensional stuff because that's what a lot of Stephen King's books are about, and people don't realize it. You know what I mean? But
well, apparently, aren't they all like? There's a thing going around now saying that all these it's a universe where they're all interconnected by some floating turtle or something.
Yeah,
yes, the turtle that's from it.
Yeah, and see, the thing is, if you look, I'll say this because
and he was and it's in the Dark Tower too.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you guys this, and unfortunately, we are going close to run out of time, so I'll go and say this real quick. The thing is there's a whole series of Bachman books. If you ever get a chance to read them, under a different pseudonym that he uses his name. And some of the books, like for example, there's one book where there's a guy driving in a car and he ends up going to another state, but he gets there so quickly because he enters through another dimensional portal. These books are actually trying to tie up loose ends of the whole dimensional idea that connect the Stephen King books, but he had to do it separately because none of the people wanted him to write under the Stephen King name as these dimensional stories. So he used the Bachman name to link the dimensional stories. And if you go read those and start to lose some things, and this is the stories I want in movies. But I feel like because he didn't use the name Stephen King for that, he will never do it. And it makes me so sad because go read the Bachman books. The Bachman stories are going to fill in so much things. And you're like, oh my God, why didn't I know this existed?
Yeah. But also, if you think about it too, like the demons in The Shining and in Doctor Sleep, they feed on the same type of energy as Pennywise does.
Exactly. But that's also it's all from another dimension and supposed to be what the Dark Towers was supposed to help out with too.
Yeah.
And a lot of things. That's the reason why I wanted to do this list so much, because it's something that a lot of people don't realize. There's so much more deep lore when it comes to it, kind of like what Marvel and all these other things do, that I got absorbed in Stephen King, but then I never got to see it in the movies. So it kind of hurts me in a lot of ways when I watch these movies and I don't see, but I see little reference like in it when they had the turtle on the desk. Little things like that made me go, oh, well, I'm glad that at least they acknowledge it, but I want more. I just want more. So but unfortunately, we are getting close to time. So is there anything you guys want to ramp up as far as like?
Yeah, well, you really brushed over quickly on Children of the Corn.
Okay, yes, we need to talk about Children of the Corn.
It's just a pretty unexpectedly good movie with terrible sequels.
Yeah, how many were there? Were like 7, 8?
Oh, I don't even know.
There was a lot of them.
The Cat's Eye is also an underrated one. I believe Drew Barrymore is also in that.
Yes.
I forgot about that. And then he had a couple, he had a lot of really bad ones. Like his bad ones really built up. Like I don't think anyone really appreciates how many super bad friggin' movies came from Stephen King books. Like, do you know what I mean? Like one from my childhood, Carrie 2, The Rage.
Carrie 2.
But it was actually, I never made a second book, so it was literally just a sequel to. Well, I guess I don't know.
It's based on
King. Yeah.
Yeah. Good point. Okay.
But I mean, after the success of it, the miniseries, he did it. There were quite a few not so good TV miniseries too. There were some really bad ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys, I can't remember which one you guys said earlier, but you knocked on one with the teeth and everything.
Langoliers.
The prime example right there is Langoliers.
But there was so much hype behind that miniseries. I know
they were hyping it so much, and then when it happened, but they didn't show those scenes. You know what I mean? They didn't show those bad scenes.
Okay, buddy, just go watch the Shining miniseries.
It's bad.
I'm going to.
You need to see it though, just to see what he thought his vision was.
Yeah.
Okay, I will. I promise I will. And I've got to go watch another one you just said earlier. I got to go watch it. I can't think of it right now, but we'll talk afterwards.
Lawnmower Man?
No. I've seen that actually. I've seen the sequel too. I don't want to get into that. But anyway, but yeah, I think that's it. Again, guys, it's Halloween. It's been amazing talking about Stephen King. He's still a great writer. He's still a great weird person. Literally weird person. I just look it up. He is no Dean Koontz, which. Dean Koontz, actually, is this the same person? I don't know. I'm just joking.
No, I think Dean Koontz is dead.
Is he really?
I think so.
May have to
Stephen King should have been dead a long time ago based on how much cocaine that he did. But
anyway, with that,
and Keith Richards died 20 years ago, and they just forgot to tell him.
Exactly.
Well, no one told him.
All right. Big old shout out to JD. Go check out his channel. I will put the link in the description below and everything. Check out his Instagram and check out his YouTube channel. Again, you'll love both of them. Check out Kempo with Kempo Reviews on Instagram. Also, he has RLG Cast. Check him out there. He does a lot of text reviews on. You'll love again Instagram. He does a lot on there. You need to check it out. And that's it, guys. Stephen King. We're gonna do more horror stuff. Make sure you go check out their podcast over there. I'm with that as well. Horror, Halloween, be ready. It's a big month, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So as always, I am Putty Man with Putty and Putty and Putty. I need a new end screen. I have no idea what I'm using.
Let's get nutty with putties.
There you go. Let's get
playing with my putty.
All right, guys. Peace out. I'll talk to y'all later.